It is March, so it is time to talk about two awesome readathons. So the focus of today's video is talking about roll of reads from a book fiend named Mel, and also Thick Thighs readathon from Sasha Reads. Now these are two amazing friends of mine from Australia, two different readathons. One is D&D based and one is a very chilled out bingo board all about reading books with plus size representation in them. So I am going to be doing both of those, and I'm going to be playing the roll of reads game to choose my March TBR, but I will be including where I can the books that I've chosen for Thick Thighs. Let's set it up. Okay, so I'm over here. We're going to play this game, Roll of Reads. Now, this is loosely based off D&D. You've got, in this game, you've got 1 to 20, which may look a little backwards on the screen. I apologise for that. But if you roll a 1, then you automatically have to read a book that's out of your comfort zone and you have to take a punishment. And if you roll a 20, it is a mood read and you also get a reward as well. The other thing I've got to remember is if I roll a number 3 times or more, I have to add a roll or take a punishment. I will double check on that a little bit later. But let's just get started. We're going to roll a d12 to start off with, just to see how many books / rolls that I am going to be doing. So let's get started. So I'm going to press roll and let's see what we get. 3. I'm going to add a d6 to that. 2. Okay. So we're going to do 5 rolls because 3 is not really enough, to be fair, to make it an interesting game. So yes, we're going to do 5 rolls, which is 19, and that is this one here for me, which is a pretty cover. Nice. We like that as a start. And now I'm going to take one of the new prompts and just pop it back in its place. Pop that there so we remember. So roll number 1, we had pretty cover, which I love. And I have chosen for this a book that I'm using for Thick Thighs, and that is called Fat Girls Dance by Kathleen Meredith. Now, what this is about 3 women who are plus size, and they're kind of sick of the body shaming and society's definition of them. And so they decide to start dance classes and dancing and stuff like that, and they make this challenge. It's called the 0 Fs challenge. And basically they choreograph a dance, I think, every week for a whole year, and then they pop it online, and all of a sudden it becomes an internet sensation. This sounds like a great story of friendship, of positivity, of just giving 0 Fs. And I really liked that when I was going through my library trying to figure out what I was going to use. For Thick Thighs, I'm using it for any plus size rep, but it does have queer rep as well. So yes, that is for my pretty cover for roll of reeds, and then it's also any plus size rep. Roll number 2 is a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a book set on an island. Nice. Now there are lots of islands. I believe we can count Australia as an island for this one. New Zealand is also an island, but there's like the Cook Islands, there's Indonesia, there's Japan, there's many islands. So we've got lots of options for that one. My next roll was a book set on an island. Now this could be stretching the prompt a little bit, but I have a busy couple of months coming. So I am choosing Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. And now the reason it is going to be used for this prompt is it is set on a private island on Lake Minnetonka. Is that a real lake? Comment down below and let me know if that is an actual lake. And this is about Justin and Emma. Justin seems to have a curse where essentially if they date him and then break up with him, the next guy that comes along will be like the perfect soulmate for that person. Which wouldn't that be pretty cool? So it looks like Justin and Emma are going to be hooking up for the summer. But there is a toxic mother involved, apparently. It sounds like there's actually quite a lot going on in this book, actually. It's going to be really interesting. This also has a really pretty cover. And I'm using this for another blog that is coming out. So keep your eyes out for that one. Roll number 3 is a 16. I'll put that one back. Fifteen, 16. That is an Australian author. Nice, we like that. So my third role was Australian author, and for this one I have chosen 10 Steps to Nanette by Hannah Gadsby. Now I'm using this for Thick Thighs Readathon as well. I'm using this for queer representation and hidden disability. Now I have seen both Nanette and Hannah Gadsby's later stand-up show, and I really liked her later one. Nanette kind of turned into a little bit of a Buster Cluck. But it would be really interesting to read her memoir, which is what this one is. She is a stand-up comedian. Multi-award-winning Hannah Gadsby transformed comedy with her show Nanette, even as she declared that she was quitting stand-up. Now she takes us through the defining moments in her life that led to the creation of Nanette and her powerful decision to tell the truth, no matter the cost. And she did tell the truth. I saw that. It started off like really good and really light, and then it didn't. But I do applaud her for coming out and telling the truth of what has happened to her growing up. Gadsby's unique stand-up special, Nanette, was a viral success and left audiences captivated by her blistering honesty and her ability to create both tension and laughter in a single moment. But while her worldwide fame might have looked like an overnight sensation, her path from open mic to the global stage was hard-fought and anything but linear. 10 Steps to Nanette traces Gadsby's growth as a queer person from Tasmania, where homosexuality was illegal until 97. To hear her ever-evolving relationship with comedy, to her struggle with adult diagnoses of autism, so there we go, that could also be for hidden disability and ADHD, and finally the backbone of Nanette. The re-announcement of self-deprecation, the rejection of misogyny, the moral significance of truth-telling, equal parts harrowing and hilarious 10 Steps to Nanette continues Gatsby's tradition of co-founding expectations and norms, properly introducing us to one of the most explosive, formative voices of our time. I'm very much looking forward to this. Narrator is Hannah Gadsby. Yes, I really like when an author has written a book or a memoir and they narrate it themselves, because they can have the inflections and the tones that like were meant to be in the written piece. And so you hear it a lot more. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. Haven't had any repeats so far. Watch there be a repeat. Oh, that's 15. Okay, that wasn't a repeat. Now 15. This is the host favorite, and host favorite, this stays here like this, so we don't replace it. It just means if I get 15 again, then I will have to pick another host favorite. But there is a graphic that I will put on screen with all of the host favorites, and we'll talk about which book that I choose for this in a second. So for roll number 4, we got host fave, and now this one comes from Cara from Wild Book Garden. So thank you, Cara, for your recommendations. I chose to read The Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Bowley, I believe is how you say that name. So this follows 18-year-old Donis, who feels like she's never fit in, both in her hometown and on the nearby Ojibwe reservation. I apologize for my pronunciation of that. She's wanting to go to college, but family tragedy strikes, and she has to put her future on hold. The only thing that kind of brightens things up a bit is she meets a boy called Jamie, and they kind of start hanging out together and start falling for each other and stuff like that. But she can tell that he is hiding something, and then everything kind of changes when she witnesses a murder, and, quote, thrusts her into an FBI investigation of a lethal new drug. It definitely sounds like there is a lot of things that are going on in this book. There's traditional medicine, there's drugs, there's family tragedy and family drama, there's romance, I feel like this is going to be a very complicated read, but I have heard really good things about this, like really good things about this. So I'm very excited. And roll number 5, our final roll, is 11. And that is a retelling or mythology inspired. Nice. Excellent. We've got some great rolls here that I'm really excited to talk to you about. Now, for our 5th roll, we got retelling / mythology inspired. And this took me a little while to think about. I don't have a lot of retelling stuff on my shelf. We've got Called to Thorns and Roses back there. We've also got where is it? Shadow of the Wolf here, which is a Robin Hood retelling, but I wanted to go for something nice and easy, something that could be a challenge in the fact that like Greek retellings don't normally sit well with me, but I've heard all very good things about this series, and I do want to read them and kind of see whether I like them as well, and that is Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. I feel like that's a bit of a cop-out, but I am actually quite happy with that. I have 4 of them. Yeah, I have 4 of them. I thought I had another one. Maybe I've got it in my car. But anyway, I've got at least the first four of this series. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what I think about these. I think they're going to be nice and easy to read. Percy Jackson being about a boy who is is he a demigod? If I remember rightly, he's like the son of Poseidon, and then he gets uh, accused of stealing Zeus's lightning bolt. Um, and then he's trying to kind of clear his name. Everybody knows, uh, everybody knows Percy Jackson, so I feel like that's a relatively safe choice, and I'm very happy with it. I moved. I'm popping this in here now before I forget. I did forget to tell you about the third book that I'm going to be reading for Thick Thighs, and that is going to be Wash Day Diaries. Yes, Wash Day Diaries by Jamila Rouser and artist Robin Smith. Now, this essentially takes us through the day in the life of being a black woman in the Bronx. And it is through 5 connected short story comics. The book takes its title from the wash day experience shared by black women everywhere of setting aside all plans and responsibilities for a full day of washing, conditioning, and nourishing their hair. Now, I am obviously not a black woman. I don't really have kind of that beautiful, amazing hair that a lot of black women do. So I think it would be really interesting. I love kind of watching videos and reels about wash day. It should be really interesting. Um, Being a graphic novel, and that is the prompt for Thick Thighs, is to read a graphic novel. Being a graphic novel, it's going to be like a really short, easy to read kind of thing. But I'm hoping to kind of gain more appreciation for wash day, and just how much work it takes. Because I have heard that it can take a long time, like a full day, even a bit longer in some cases, like if they're getting braids and things like that. So yeah, really interested. It'll be really good to see. So yeah. So that was my March TBR. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more content, make sure you click the like button and you subscribe. And make sure you comment down below what readathons you're doing in March. Are you competing in these 2 readathons, and what are your TBRs? Until next time, bye bye.